That's a look of the man that has been on base every game so far in 2018, Rhys Hoskins. And his buddy Scott Kingery, well, he's playing third base tonight for the Phils, and he's working on the heels of his first major league home run last night in the Phillies' victory over the Cincinnati Reds. Tonight, it's game number 2 of this 3-game series. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy along with Ben Davis. We get set for Aaron Nola on the mound tonight. Now, Nola did not pick up a victory in his last outing against the Mets. Had a very rocky first inning, settled in after that, but the Phillies are hoping that he'll feed off of his success here at Citizens Bank Park.
I look for better things out of Aaron Nola tonight. Now, he wasn't completely terrible in his last outing against the Mets. It's just not the normal stuff and command that we're accustomed to seeing from Aaron Nola. Will he get it back tonight? Yes, I fully expect him to get it back. Fastball command, that's where it all starts with him. Like any other pitcher, he can then mix in some changeup and his overpowering curveball.
Well, the curveball was pretty good in the cool temperatures at Citi Field in that day game. And you look at the numbers at home for Aaron Nola last year. 14 home games, 9-5, with an earned run average of 2.98 compared to the 4.24 ERA that he gave up on the road. So, getting a chance to make the start tonight here at Citizens Bank Park. All right, so the Phillies had some offense last night, but it wasn't until Nick Williams came off the bench and blasted the home run. It provided us with our Toyota turning points.
Slick Nick coming up and doing his thing, and it's been a struggle early on for Nick. He's not really happy with his playing time. Hopefully he'll get a little bit more playing time. He's going to be in the lineup tonight, but 3-1 fastballs from Quackenbush. Well, Nick Williams doesn't miss him. That ball is center cut, something that Nick loved to see. Waited him out, got the pitch that he wanted, and delivered in the clutch.
Well, one of the cool things that he talked about after last night's game, people wanted to discuss the game-winning home run. All he wanted to discuss was Scott Kingery's first major league home run. It is so much better to celebrate those milestones when you pick up a victory. The Phils are hoping for some more milestones tonight, and another victory. It'll be Aaron Nola. He'll be opposed by Homer Bailey, making his third start of 2018. So what about the success of Rhys Hoskins? Well, it has been incredible since he was called up from the minor leagues last year. We'll get into some of those numbers, and also providing the spark is Scott Kingery. Lineups at first pitch when we return. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider according to speedtest.net. By Toyota. The Toyota Camry, Highlander, and RAV4 have something for everybody. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. By Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. And by Independence Blue Cross, live fearless. Learn more at ibx.com. Citizens Bank Park, and folks are loading up as we speak, and why not? It is the first one of the season, and Aaron Nola will take the baseball for the Phillies. And let's take a look at the lineup for the Reds, brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider, according to speedtest.net. Well, they've changed it up somewhat. They have Jesse Winker, who has let off for them this year. He is leading off tonight. They moved Scooter Gennett to the cleanup spot. That's because they've had all the other injuries. Gennett hitting .297. Why not? He had 27 home runs last year. So they figure they'll capitalize on his ability to just get the bat on the ball. And there is Aaron Nola, making his third start of the year. So far, .261 ERA, 10 1/3 and 7 strikeouts. Betty's gone 5 1/3, and he's gone 5 innings. His pitch count has risen from one start to another, and the Phils hope that he can put the complete package together here tonight.
Yeah, pretty good overall numbers against the Reds in his career, 1-1 with a 3.15. 3 pitches. We know that good curveball is his out pitch, and look for a big game out of Aaron tonight.
Well, the first 3 hitters he'll face are Winker, Peraza, and Votto. Winker was a pinch hitter in last night's ball game. The Reds are just trying to figure out their lineup. I mean, they are 10th in the league in hitting. As you see, Rhys Hoskins trying to keep his hand warm out in left field. You saw Scott Kingery. He's roaming over at third base tonight. Nick Williams off the home run last night gets the start. He was feeling pretty good about himself today. Jim Riggleman, the bench coach for Brian Price. All right, so here's Winker to lead things off. 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter in last night's ball game. Gabe Kapler's team trying to get to the 500 mark this year. And the first pitch of the night from Aaron Nola is a fastball outside. We're underway, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Winker, a .261 hitter overall this year. Opposite way, Scott Kingery's got it. 1 away.
Pretty much the same ground ball that he and, believe it or not, Jorge Alfaro were taking ground balls today on the cut of the grass, and they were hitting rockets. They were standing about halfway up the third baseline, just hitting rockets to Scott and Jorge at third base. And this is pretty much a carbon copy of what they were doing pregame.
Ben, practice makes perfect.
That's true.
The Phillies do infield work quite often, whether it be Rob Thompson, their bench coach, or Jose Flores, their first base coach. There's a line drive base hit to right center field for Peraza. A nice crisp short swing. Now the Reds have a base runner, and that'll bring Joey Votto to the plate. Let's see what kind of reception Votto gets. Votto, as some of the headlines said over the last 24 hours, was trolling the Phillies fans in yesterday's game by running down a foul ball, running faster than you ever probably see a defender run for a ball that's out of play, and untouched takes outside. But it goes back 2 years ago. In May of 2016, he would fake throws into the stands over the first base side, and he would hear it from the fans, but he would say with a smile on his face after the game, they give you a hard time, and that's a way of getting back at them. And he was laughing when he said it, so I think some people may have forgotten about it, but Joey Votto had not, so he continued to do it last night.
It's a different cat.
Well, I mean, he is a little goofy. Curveball outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Votto yesterday was 2 for 4 with a run scored. He was intentionally walked. Ground ball right side. Crawford quickly to second for 1, over to first in time. Joey Votto ran harder after the foul ball last night than he did up the first baseline there. That is your traditional 6-5-3 double play. No runs, 1 hit. And nobody left. Good exchange. Good pick at first by Carlos Santana. We'll head to the bottom of the first. The Phillies lineup brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider, according to speedtest.net. Well, there he is, Cesar Hernandez leading things off for the Phils, and then Carlos Santana. Odubel Herrera in his last 4 games, 7 for 15 with 2 doubles and 5 runs scored. And they'll face right-hander Homer Bailey, the veteran, now 31 years old, making his 3rd start. First start was good. Second start, not so good. His earned run average at 4.22.
Hard to believe he's only 31. Does have 2 no-hitters to his credit back in 2012 and 13. 4-pitch pitcher, doesn't have the same velocity as he once had. However, he still has good stuff.
He had arthroscopic surgery on his elbow before the start of last season. He threw those 2 no-hitters as he delivers a strike, and the Reds, and they're not alone in this thinking, felt, all right, we've got a foundation piece for the next 5 or 6 years. So they signed him to a 6-year contract extension that has an option for a 7th year. 0-2. Well, since they signed him to that extension in 2014, he's thrown 281 2/3 innings. So that's 3 years plus this season. Just a bit high, 1-2. But Ben's right. You can see the first 3 pitches 92, and he used to be 95, 96, 97. Out in front of a changeup, and Cesar is down on strikes. That may have been his split.
Yeah.
His split, he's throwing more and more.
This season up to 19% with that splitter. That is the splitter there. Good action. Good arm speed.
And here's Carlos Santana, who was 1 for 3 last night with an RBI and 2 runs scored. He has 2 career hits against Homer Bailey. Fly ball center field. Hamilton going back to the track and will make the catch. That is the 3rd fly ball to the warning track in center for Santana in this series.
Man alive.
I thought he hit that toward the end of the bat a little bit, but it carried pretty good.
He's got over 1,200 feet of outs with 3 swings. Hard to believe. If anything, it was just a bit off the end.
Odubel Herrera 0 for 3.
Just off the end there. Sees full extension, reaching for it just a bit.
Let's get another dinger tonight, Hoskins.
0-2. Bailey has thrown 7 pitches, and 6 of those pitches have been strikes.
He's got a good run on that fastball.
Former first-round pick, 7th overall by the Reds in 2004 out of LaGrange, Texas.
Oh my!
That ball is smoked.
That one vendor looked like a deer in the headlights.
I think the empty seat looked like a deer in the headlights.
He's carrying the beverages on top of his head, and he didn't know which way to turn.
See, the career numbers for Bailey, as Ben said, 2 no-hitters. The ball's 2 strikes, 2-0 double. And it's 1-2. Now Bailey's lost his first 2 decisions. His first game he pitched well, but lost 2-0. Game 2 he lost 5-2. They've scored only 2 runs in his first 2 games. Bouncing ball back to the mound. And Odubel's retired. 1-3 on the putout. 10-pitch inning for Homer Bailey. Yeah, the Phillies go down 1-2-3. One of the books on to the second. Yeah, a scoreless game. Network for streaming baseball, because your stadium should be where you make it. I mean, we're making it here at Citizens Bank Park. It's Hatfield Philly Frank Dollar Dog Night. Putting some Frank's Red Hot on that dog. As Scooter Gennett leads things off here in the second. Scooter 2 for 4 last night with an RBI and a run scored. Had a breaking ball outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Gennett. One and 2.
Showed some good pop to the opposite field last night. Drove a couple balls, one being a double.
Change up, hit down the left field line, foul. Nice play. Ben, would you have had that one?
Absolutely.
I would say 8, maybe 9 baseballs have gone in that area where we potentially could be broadcasting this summer at some point.
Bring that fishnet again?
I think we need more than the fishnet. Fastball down the left field line. Hoskins reaches up and makes the catch. And 1 out here in the second. Well, Murph, you had a pretty good view of that Rhys Hoskins play right there.
You know what, Tom? I sure did. You know why?
Why?
Because I am up in the Bill Giles Party Suites, and everybody who's been to the ballpark in the last 13 years has seen the Bill Giles Party Suites with a great view down the left field line, and that's what we just saw Rhys Hoskins making that catch. But this is not your mom and dad's Bill Giles Party Suites anymore. Come on in here and take a look at what they've done. I'm going to give you a little bit of tour. You walk in the door here, you have the great view outside, but then inside, first and foremost, I can tell you, the heat is pumping, and it feels pretty good in here. And look at this. Take a look. This is one of 3 of the Bill Giles Party Suites. They've thought of everything in here. Take a look at this table, right? You got your drink right here, Tom.
Yep.
Actually, I should be talking to Ben. Ben, you got your drink right here?
Yes.
And then you got your backup drink right here, down here.
I'm really listening.
Yes, so you can always, and you got your crab fries as well. But take a look at the aesthetics in this place. It is just awesome. Matt, you can get a view of the 360 view of the ballpark, and of course, of the city skyline as well. It is just absolutely gorgeous. Imagine watching the sun go down while you're here in the party suite. It's an awesome, awesome place. The food is great. It can accommodate 40 to 70 guests. It's like a total package. It's like an all-inclusive vacation. You pay one price, you get your tickets, you get your parking, you get your food. What more do you need? You get great baseball as well. The folks in here are like, are we on television? Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. It's the Bill Giles Party Suite, named after, of course, our chairman emeritus, Bill Giles. And it is just that. It is a party. And guys, it doesn't stop in here. It goes right on out into the concourse because it is just completely redone up here as well. So if you get down to the ballpark, here's another place you got to stop. You got to come up and take a look at the Bill Giles Party Suites. And I think there's a phone number on your screen. If you want to book a party, just call the great folks at the group sales department, and they can do that for you. You can have your group party right in here, 40 to 70 people. You got to do it, guys.
Yeah, 215-463-5000. There's the outside view that Murph was talking about. And one of the suites, Suite 78, is in honor of the Philly Fanatic. There's a whole bunch of the Fanatics bobbleheads that are outside. And it looks a lot like that one there. But the panoramic of that view, I was in there the other day, it is really beautiful. It's all part of the changes that have been made here at the ballpark during this past off season. And really, we were here a lot in the offseason, but even a couple days before opening day, all of the construction workers and employees, Phillies employees, that were putting the finishing touches on the changes, they worked so hard to do it. It was incredible that they got it all done. That is, it's beautiful inside. As you can see, it's spacious. As Murph said, the numbers that it can accommodate vary from room to room. But there's plenty of spots for you to sit and watch the game, or just, you know, have a good time with some friends.
Just chill.
I love the baseball cards. I know I mentioned that with Greg Lazinski's place, but I love the baseball cards that are outside the Bill Giles Party Suite. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Barnhart. He's down looking. Back-to-back strikeouts looking for Aaron Nola. Nola had a very quick first inning, and now 13 pitches in the second. There is William Giles. That's a cool picture with Jim Fregosi and Lee Thomas. Tigers, they all play tomorrow, so why not catch all the games? Download the NBC Sports app, prep your username, password, and you are ready to watch. Stream your teams using the NBC Sports app. Bottom of the second, Reds and the Phillies scoreless as Homer Bailey, who threw 10 pitches in the first, will face Rhys Hoskins to begin the second.
Hey Nick, let's play some Fortnite tonight, buddy. Oh, yeah.
Hoskins 1 for 3 with a home run in yesterday's game. And he takes a strike. It's 0-1. You know, Rhys is on top of a handful of different categories. On base percentage is .553.
I know I've said this, and let me know if I say it too much, but I just can't get over how he doesn't change his approach.
A good homer last night, Nick.
And here's a 1-0 pitch last night. It's a good pitch, but he doesn't overswing. I can count maybe Tom on one hand since his call-up last season that he's overswung. That includes spring training, everything. He just stays within himself. He trusts his approach. He knows what he can do, and he just stays within those parameters.
He's behind, no balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from Bailey inside. Well, think about this. First in average at .429. Second in on-base percentage in the National League at .553. OPS, he's also second. He's tied for second in extra base hits. I mean, he not only leads the National League in average, he leads the majors in average right now. I mean, I know it's just a short capsule. He just startled that young lady behind home plate.
It's his presence in the batter's box. It's just, you know what? I'm not going to jump. I'm not going to fly at the ball. I trust what I can do.
You know, some of the other numbers too that we've been discussing since spring training, the sabermetric numbers. He's also in the elite category for a handful of those, including batting average on balls in play, which separates home runs. Outside, 2-2. It's hits without home runs over walks, strikeouts, home runs, and sacrifice flies. You know, and his right now is 500, and elite is 340. So the traditional numbers, he's sitting atop, and some of the sabermetric numbers, he's climbing as well. That one he hit way up there. Wow. And 1 out, and Scooter Gennett makes the play.
Some hang time.
Well, Nick Williams sent everybody home happy last night in the bottom half of the 8th inning. That solo home run. He was in a very good mood today, as you could imagine. You know, he is trying to be a more patient hitter. We discussed this the other day, that he is among the leaders in going after the first pitch of in an at-bat. Like there. And he breaks his bat.
And it's one thing to just because you get a strike doesn't mean you have to swing. You know, make sure it's your strike. It might be a strike, but if it's a pitch that you can't do a whole lot with, like that one, a good hard sinking fastball down and away from you, so what? You're 0-1. You still got 2 strikes left. You take a look where Barnhart's set up. I mean, this pitch, what are you going to do with that pitch? First of all, it's a ball. Secondly, there's literally nothing you can do with that except break your bat and hit a dribbler, which he did.
Scott Kingery, 259 with a home run. He hit the home run yesterday. Ball and 1 strike. That's the slider from Homer Bailey. He doesn't throw the curveball as much as the slider. For some reason, I remember early in his career he threw more of a curveball.
Correct.
But the slider is the dominant breaking pitch for Bailey.
That one there was almost more like a cutter. I mean, real lateral movement.
Now the 1-2 pitch coming to Kingery. Popped him up. Foul territory. Barnhart off with the mask and out of play. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. And Bailey 6 up, 6 down. And that's the second strikeout of the night for the big right-hander. We'll go to the third. Phillies and the Reds still 0-0. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fan section for all the information. Please submit your answer. The subject
Johnny
line.
Bench.
Not even close. Who is the only player in MLB history to produce 4 grand slams and a 4-home run game in the same season?
Wow.
Answer will be revealed in just a little bit. Alex Blandino is the hitter. And he takes outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Blandino was called up when Eugenio Suarez went down with the thumb injury. He was hit by a pitch on Sunday in Pittsburgh. And he will be out for some time. This is his major league debut, this ball game. Hit .325 in spring training. And then hit .375 in the final 2 weeks of spring training. Did not make the club, but getting a chance to come up pretty quickly. That was an awfully close pitch that was called a ball. There's some in the Reds organization now. The reports today say it's not imminent. But there's some that think that Blandino will be joined by Nick Senzel, who is the 22-year-old top prospect for the Reds, who so far is 4 for 13. And a breaking ball. Cut on a miss. 3 strikeouts for Aaron Nola, but he's 4 for 13 down in AAA. 1 out for Homer Bailey.
Just that good curveball we know Aaron to have. I would fully expect, if Aaron continues to roll like this, some even earlier swings by the Reds, because
they don't want that curveball.
Well, early on, the fastball, he's had a couple strikeout looking with the fastball as well. So it might be one of those nights where if he gets ahead of you, you're done. Let's hope that trend continues.
Bailey 1 for 4 so far. He can handle the bat, though. He might be in a little bit of trouble, though. 0-2. And a breaking ball, strike 3 call. That was a wiffle ball curve. 4 strikeouts now for Nola. The student steal is back for all high school, college, and graduate students. It's a $15 ticket plus a voucher on us from Ashburn Alley. That's right. Your John options include Chickies and Pete's Crab Fries, Tony Luke's, or a Hatfield hot dog and Coke. Good for any home game in April and September. Order as many times as you like. Go to Phillies.com/student steal or bring your student ID to any Citizens Bank Park ticket window. Billy Hamilton. There's the strikeout pitch to Bailey.
What's the bend on this?
It's crazy movement. Outside, 2-1.
I don't think we've seen the changeup yet today.
Saw one.
One?
Yeah. It was a first pitch changeup. It may have been to Scooter Gennett, where he floated it foul down the left field line. Curveball and a bit low. 3-2. Home plate umpires Gabe Morales certainly want the home plate umpire to buy into the movement of that curveball. Ball 4. Hamilton draws a 2-out walk.
Man. He must have a lot of confidence in that breaky ball right now. Throw it 3-2. 3rd inning. Billy Hamilton hit a couple home runs, but I'd say he's a real power threat.
He doesn't often do that, Aaron Nola. Let's take a look at the B.J. Wheelahan's pitch cast. Yeah, that's a strike. You got to have that one. It looked like the home plate umpire told Jorge Alfaro that it was down. If by down you mean really cool, yeah, it was.
Down at the bottom of the strike zone?
I guess. He did not give up on that one.
I'd have umpires on occasion. I wouldn't say it happened a whole lot, but most of the time it was guys with big overhand curveballs, which you very rarely see anymore. We had one guy in San Diego, Bobby Jones, big overhand curveball. Joel Pinheiro in Seattle, big overhand curveball. And umpires would say, hey, man, give me a tap. I'm losing it. When it jumps out of their hand, I'm losing it, because it would jump out of their hand so high, kind of like a Barry Zito curveball. It would just jump. He said I'd lose track of it, and a lot of good pitches were being thrown, and I'd be like, where'd you have that? He goes, I lost it. And they would be honest with you. So if you can, give me a tap, let me know when it's coming, just so I can concentrate a little bit more.
Is that at all unnerving?
It's a little comforting in the fact that they're open and honest about it, and they're trying to take a better look at it. But there are certain times where I'm like, you know, whether I tap you or not, and you still miss it, we got to have that pitch. Like, there's got to be some other way that we got to get this pitch called.
Did you ever say to the umpire, let me just call it for you?
No.
1 ball and 1 strike to Jesse Winker.
That'll be frowned upon, Tom.
Well, if you're at your wits' end, Ben, sometimes you have to do stuff like that.
Like I said, though, obviously it didn't happen a whole lot, but time to time it would.
Billy Hamilton finished 2nd in the National League, actually 2nd in Major League Baseball in stolen bases last year. He was 1 behind D. Gordon. D. Gordon finished with 60. This year, Billy Hamilton has stolen 2, including 1 last night. Whit Merrifield led the American League in stolen bases. Fastball outside, 2-1.
This is what happens when you walk someone of the, someone that can steal bases. It just makes you work that much harder, prolongs the inning.
Runner goes. Pitch is taken outside. Throw to second is high. And it's 3 balls and 1 strike.
When I say literally nothing Jorge Alfaro could do, I mean literally there was nothing.
Now, after a bunch of throwovers, Hamilton figured, I'm gone.
Good pitch to throw on. Excellent throw. I mean, excellent throw, but you know, I think this was just a case where I know he's going to get the bag. I'm just going to get some practice in here and throw it down there. Maybe he comes off the bag. And he can run.
Well, he threw the same pitch to the outside part of the plate. That was a changeup. And now back-to-back walks, which is kind of odd for Aaron. And it'll bring Peraza to the plate. Peraza has the only hit so far for the Reds. It was single to right center field on the first pitch. Curveball, and it's 0-1. Two. Trickling. Andy Rabel wasn't paying attention. He would have been able to field that ball if he was looking. Bouncing ball left side. J.P. Crawford's got it. And he has to hurry the throw over. Peraza was moving. And it's in time. No runs, no hits, and 2 men left. Middle of the third. It's the Phillies nothing and the Reds nothing. Number 2 is coming up on Wednesday, April 25th, when the Phillies take on the Arizona Diamondbacks. It's a 7:05 first pitch. You can order tickets for that game and for any game by going to Phillies.com. Well, I hope everybody's enjoying their hat. My goodness, what are you doing?
Where did you come from?
Smiley, you have to get control of the Fanatic.
Man, coming back from
There
break,
are
I'm not
hot dogs
expecting that.
everywhere. Sorry, everybody. I mean, everywhere there.
Oh, let me eat that one. Thank you, Fanatic.
Oh,
thank you.
Smiley's first.
Thank you,
Is this your
Smiley.
first trip, Smiley, to the ballpark this year, or second one? First one? Second one. All right. Welcome back, Smiley. It's
Welcome
always nice
back.
having you. Alfaro fouls the first pitch off. Fanatic, how's everybody doing with the hot dogs out in the stands? Look at the Fanatic. Whoa.
How do you do it, Fanatic?
How do you do it?
How do you do it?
You are not mailing it in tonight, big guy.
No.
Oh. All right, who's looking? Anybody looking for hot dogs?
You went up here in the Hall of Fame level looking.
Alfaro fouls it back. Whoa. Oh, the hot dog went out. Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, it is always great to have a Hatfield Philly Frank dollar dog night. I wouldn't throw that out, Fanatic.
No, don't throw that one. Here's one in some foil here.
There we go.
You're very accurate, Fanatic.
Very accurate.
Must have been practicing.
Smiley, not so much. Not so much.
A little more accurate throwing them than you are launching them out of the hot dog launcher.
Hey, how about last year, though, when he threw it and I caught it?
Yeah, that was a good one. No, he launched that one.
Oh, Alfaro got hit by that pitch. Oh, man.
It's a fastball, too, at 90.
Alfaro looking at his hand, is walking around the circle. Chris Mudd, the Phillies athletic trainer, coming out. That pinched right against the bat. He just pointed to the top of the hands.
On his receiving hand as well.
Yeah.
So he's going to be feeling it on every pitch.
He's gripping okay. Alfaro thought they might have called it a foul ball, so he started going back toward home plate. But the home plate umpire said, got over to first. Fanatic liked that one. Yeah, that pinched. All right, so our next one's coming up at the end of April. Smiley will be back for that one as well. We have one left. Do you want to throw it out? That was an easy toss. The tallest of the 5 kids caught it. Think anybody wants the pan? No?
Tom, would you like this one with some green fur on it?
As much as that is enticing.
Very delectable.
I would say yes, I would eat it. Just because you're here.
He's all hard, isn't he,
Yeah.
Fanatic? All hard.
Hey, well, all right, now I don't want it. Now I don't want it. That's not nice.
I'm going to leave that there for a little bit later.
All right, J.P. Crawford is up. All right, boys. Thanks for stopping by.
I got you, buddy.
Thanks, Ben.
Smooth as stucco, isn't he?
I don't know how he didn't knock the snout off on that fall.
I went and closed my computer just to be on the safe side.
What, did you think there was some liquid coming? Crawford lines it to left center field. It's going to be caught by Duvall. Unfortunately, as a left-handed hitter, that ball sliced right back to the left fielder. So one away, and Aaron Nola's coming up.
Found another one.
Found another hot dog on the floor.
Up.
We should save that one for Kruk. Nola takes on the inside corner. No balls, 1 strike. Although Johnny, I think he got his fill of hot dogs in spring training.
Like Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Just falling out of the sky.
Yep. Nola bunts it, deadens it right in front of the plate. And the sacrifice successful. 3-4 on the put out. And that gives Hernandez a chance. Cesar struck out his first time up. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Belly isn't as overpowering as we mentioned, but he does have a nice downward plane with his fastball. Check swing and a split, and it's 2-1.
We got Cesar on his first at bat. Good splitter, had Cesar way out in front.
Threw it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fly ball down the left field line. If it stays fair, it's tough, but it's going to hit off the tarp. And it remains 2-2. Alfaro, who was hit by a pitch to start the 3rd, is at second base.
How did he do that?
Well, that is some fighting off right there.
I guarantee you that ball has a lot of pine tar on it. Watch where this pitch is. Live to see another pitch.
Another one. Well, he is cramming it. MLB At Bat is your #1 Philadelphia Phillies app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get the Phillies home screen icon and features such as MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today. I think we got Ben all set with that, right? You're all set now?
I'm all squared away.
You were squared away in past years, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Just never knew I was.
Oh boy. Swing and miss at a split. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits. Phils are still hitless through the first 3 innings. All right, you got some time. Head on out to get some dogs. Honey mustard, interesting choice. The Fanatic had a little trouble as he arrived in the broadcast booth with Smiley. We'll head to the 4th. Phillies baseball is brought to you by your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. And buy Papa John's the day after every Phillies win. Get 50% off regular menu price pizzas using the promo code Phillies. No score as we go to the top of the 4th inning. Phillies have not had any issues this year scoring runs. I mean, there were a couple games where they were quiet, but they're averaging over 5 runs per game. And I know you probably say, well, they had a 20-run game this past weekend, and that is true. But they're getting guys on base. Their collective on-base percentage has been excellent. The problem is that they're giving up too many runs.
Yes.
They're averaging 5.5, and they're giving up a little more than 5. That one is into the shift, gobbled up by Cesar. 1 out.
It's 3 balls in the last 2 nights. I know we're only in the 4th inning here that Cesar has made a play on in shallow right field. Take a look where Cesar is, ranging to his right.
Scooter Gennett takes a strike, 0-1. off the hands over toward third and into the Reds dugout. I don't mean to laugh, but these two pitchers are just sawing guys' hands off right now.
You can hear Scooter as he, right after he made contact, he went, oh. Man.
That hurt a little bit?
No, it hurts a lot.
That went off the facing of the first base dugout.
Look at that little guy. He's super excited.
Yeah, he is. Back toward the middle, a base hit for Scooter Gennett. A one-out single, and Adam Duvall's coming up. From a single room to an office overhaul, WB Mason and the Han Now program has you covered. Han Furniture provides beautiful options for every part of your office, and WB Mason provides it all at amazingly low prices. All in service means you don't have to lift a finger. Who but WB Mason? See, you all thought that was the WB Mason sign in left field in the main ballpark, right? We fooled you. Look at that little fella taking some hacks.
And his rips in.
He's got a good setup, though. His weight's going back.
Adam LaRoche.
Change up 0-1.
Take a look at Jorge Alfaro. Look, he gives the sign up. He goes into his motion. Then he looks down at his wristband again. They have the best way to get guys out in certain sequences. 1-2 counts, 2-2 counts, different counts. But the pitch is coming in. He's looking back down at his cheat sheet.
You think he was second guessing himself?
Don't you think it was a little too late at that time?
I do. A high fly ball left center field. Hoskins was shaded there. And makes the catch. 2 outs. Young man still hacking. Yeah, a boy. How old do you think he was? 4?
He looks about maybe, yeah, 3, maybe 4.
That was a nice swing.
It was.
Uh-oh. Bam Bam's taking over.
I have one of those, a big blue one.
For what?
It's been laying outside the front door for 3 or 4 days now. I think one of the kids would pick it up at some point.
No. You left it there.
I left it there?
You just said I have one of those.
Yeah, meaning we as a family have one of
okay.
those, and it's laying outside the front door. It's been there for 4 days, minimum.
We were mesmerizing that youngster. He was looking at the video board as he was trying to take some swings. 1 ball and no strikes to Barnhart. And a changeup, 1-1.
Good one.
Off the end of the bat, popped up. Waiting for it is J.P. Crawford. And the inning is over. No runs, a hit, 1 man left. We have played 3.5 here at Citizens Bank Park. Carlos Santana's coming up, and let's see if Santana can rip one like that young guy is doing right now at the yard here at Citizens Bank Park. to you by the Pennsylvania Lottery's new family of Monopoly scratch-offs. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. And by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Well, it is a Hatfield Philly Frank Dollar Dog Night, but you might need an adult beverage or two just to get them down. Yingling, not a bad choice at all. As Carlos Santana leads it off here in the home fourth. Santana flied out to deep center field his first time up. It's 1-0. The Reds come into this ball game with 2 wins. They're 2-7. The top team in the National League Central is one of the surprise teams in baseball right now, and that's the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates lead the Central, and they've added to their lead with a victory today over the Cubs, 8-5. 2-1 to Santana. Pirates are tops in all of baseball, all Major League Baseball in batting average at 283, and they're also second in the National League in runs. Actually, they're probably first now because they scored 8 today. So they have 66 runs scored. Out towards shallow center field. Venturing back is Peraza, the shortstop. And makes the catch.
Looks like Gregory Polanco really coming into his own this year.
And missed a game. And that's when Mike Kell tied him for RBIs. Right. And then he immediately went back to work again. Here's Odubel Herrera.
We know about all the promise they've been talking about for years with Polanco, and looks like he's starting to really, he's still a young kid, but really starting to come into his own.
Yeah, and again, it's 10 games. They're 8-2. That's a good start. And a bunt by Odubel. Boy, if he had angled that bat a little bit differently, he may have been able to roll that right where he wanted to. To the right side, waiting for it is Scooter Gennett. And 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Well, after you consume about 7 hot dogs, you can roll with some cotton candy, which he'll be tasting for the next 2 days.
That won't be sticky at all.
Nope. And if he runs out of it on his face, he's going to have plenty on his jacket.
That's awesome.
Reese takes a strike. One ball and 1 strike to Hoskins. Different shift than what we saw in Atlanta the first week. The Braves had 3 infielders on the left side when Hoskins was up. The Reds are a little more traditional. They're still playing in the pull, but not as drastic as the Braves. 3 balls and 1 strike. Nick Williams is on deck. Reese has reached base safely in 9 consecutive starts this year and 14 straight dating back to last year. Well, he got the fastball. It was probably a little high for him to get on top of. Check swing, and he went, says Jerry Meals. That was right.
From our vantage point up top here, it did not look like he went.
Well, Hoskins is the final out. Let's take a peek from the side. That's pretty close.
That is close.
Yeah, it's close. A little closer than I thought watching it live. 5 strikeouts for Homer Bailey as we go to the 5th. Top of the 5th inning, the Phils and the Reds are scoreless. The Reds have 2 hits. The Phillies do not have a hit so far, as Alex Blandino leads it off in the top of the 5th for Cincinnati. No balls and 1 strike to Blandino. Fly ball right field. Going back is Williams, and it's foul. Just kept on slicing away from him, I guess.
Kept slicing and going farther than what Nick anticipated.
Yeah. Oh, and 2. Nola has 4 strikeouts so far. He's walked 2. Homer Bailey has 4 strikeouts. Is not allowed a hit. The 0-2 pitch coming to Alex Blandino. And it's 1-2. Cincinnati last made the postseason back in 2013. But they are a totally different team now than then, much like the Phillies. At a strike 3 call. That was a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. And strikeout number 5.
don't care how hard the location. Man, good looking spot there for Aaron.
And here's Homer Bailey. You mentioned the Phillies have been scoring enough runs. They've been giving up just too many. You know, part of it is, you know, they're using the bullpen an awful lot, not as much as everybody else in the league. As that one rolls foul. And Kingery is fortunate that it didn't hit the bag because he missed it.
It's okay. We made Homer run a little bit.
Yeah. Let him run that no-hitter right out of the system.
Right.
Scott may have gotten a piece of this as it rolled. No, he did not. Anyway, the Phillies bullpen has been used probably more than they would have wanted them to, although they did say that they had a plan to use a number of relievers the first week of the season. Phillies bullpen 35 2/3. It's middle of the pack in all of baseball. I mean, the Marlins have used a ton of innings to their bullpen. The Phillies bullpen is an ERA of 4.54. The Phillies starters are at 4.09 with their earned run average. Both of those numbers should get better as the starters work deeper into games. Phillies are averaging 4 2/3 per inning, per outing from their starters, and Velasquez is the only one that's gone 6 innings so far this year. As that ball is fouled away. Pavetta on opening day went 5 2/3. He struck out 9. I mean, he was really good. A high bouncer out to Crawford.
Yeah, I think Nick, that outing, the home opener here, I think that was the second best outing that I've seen him. I believe that the outing last year against the Red Sox here.
I don't know. It's going to be hard for him to match that one.
Yeah, that was pretty darn good. But the other day, the way he threw the ball, just in command, in, out, up, down, all pitches working. The curveball was exceptional.
Outside, 1 ball and no strikes to Billy Hamilton. Off the glove, it's 2-0.
Jorge's dropped a couple since being hit in that left hand. Hopefully there's no adverse effects to, you know, his grip with his mitt on. Like I said, you're going to be feeling it every pitch.
Same spot again. Very comfortable pitch count for Aaron Nola. 65 with 2 outs here in the 5th. Well, he just walked Billy Hamilton on 4 pitches in basically the same quadrant. Thursday, April 19th, when the Phillies return from this upcoming road trip, they'll take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's the start of a four-game series. Veritiv Nick Williams retro T-shirt, free to fans 15 and older. Happy birthday to that young lady. It's a debut of the Throwback Thursdays, the 1980s themed promotion throughout the game with the players in their powder blue uniforms. Get your tickets by going to Phillies.com. Winker walked his last time, grounded out his first time.
So now you're in the same scenario you had back in the 3rd inning.
Well, and think about what Alfaro's thinking right now. I mean, when does he think Hamilton's going? Do you think
every pitch?
Every pitch.
You have to think every pitch. But that 2-out walk to Hamilton last time made Aaron throw an additional 8 pitches. Was the 3-2 curveball strike to Hamilton? Yes. Umpires make mistakes. Gabe Morales missed it. It's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is, he still had to throw 8 more pitches. The throwovers to first. It ended up being a stressful inning. Ends up walking Winker after that.
He was leaning a little bit.
And let's be honest, unless Aaron is a 1-3 to home plate, meaning the time he lifts his leg, the initial movement with his left leg, to the time the ball hits Jorge Alfaro's mitt, unless he's 1-3 or less, 1.3 seconds or less, Jorge Alfaro has no chance. He just doesn't.
Runner goes. Pitch is taken for a strike. Throw to second base is not in time. So that's 3 stolen bases in this series for Hamilton. And again, that's on the pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, and believe me, I've been there. I've done this. He's like, well, he's got that good jump. I know Aaron doesn't have that slide step. What do? I rush. You get top heavy with your upper body. You end up throwing a scud into second base. But that's just, it's not on Jorge Alfaro. It's just not. And to be honest, there's no other catcher in baseball that's going to throw him out right there. There just isn't. I mean, that's, I know he's on the opposing team, but that is fun to watch him run.
And a curveball lined into right center field, a base hit. The Reds will take the lead. It's an RBI single by Jesse Winker. And Billy Hamilton scores after the 2-out walk. That was a pitch that just hung.
Yes, you need the 2-out knock right there, but it's amazing what that dynamic that he has can add to a ball club.
I'm with you, though, but I mean, again, we're from a distance with the Reds. He does scuffle offensively a lot of times. But you're right. The dynamic is remarkable. It's the same dynamic that D. Gordon brings.
Yeah.
Alfaro pops out quickly, and that wraps up the 5th inning. 1 run on 1 hit and 1 man left. Yeah, Jesse Winker singled to score Billy Hamilton. We'll go to the middle of the 5th. Take a peek at what's going on. Lehigh Valley lost to Scranton yesterday 5-3. We mentioned last night Cole Irvin 10 strikeouts through 5 innings. Malquin Caneo 2 for 3 for Reading. They defeated Portland 6-5, and Clearwater lost to Jupiter 9-4. Tonight, Reading trails Portland 2-zip. It is our Hatfield Philly Frank Dollar Dog night here at the ballpark. As Nick Williams will start the 5th, Homer Bailey is not allowed a hit.
Good to have you up, Kingery.
At a breaking ball, and it's 1-0. That's one of the very few curveballs that Bailey's thrown tonight. Pulled to the right side. Votto knocks it down and then casually flips to Bailey. 3-1 on the putout. Phils fans, you need to check out the Authentic Fan Ticket Package for 2018. NBC Sports Philadelphia is giving you a $4 discount per ticket and your choice of one of these 3 hats. Head over to Phillies.com/authenticfan to grab your seats now. Here's Kingery, who struck out his first time up. Had a fastball 0-1. Kingery hit the home run last night, and the fan who caught the home run returned the baseball to Scott. And in return, he is coming back to a game of his choice as that one is floated out towards center. Hamilton on the run. They'll get there.
Let's get a hit off this guy.
And 2 outs.
Homer's no good.
We'll also get a chance to see a little batting practice.
I mean, Homer Bailey's
and
no
Scott
good.
has agreed to sign a bat and a ball with the young man.
That's what I would have gone for.
Bat and a ball?
Yes. I'm not even going for a jersey, to be honest with you. What's he going to say? No?
Alfaro hit by a pitch his last time. Jorge's the only base runner so far.
Let's go through that scenario. All right, Scott. I want a signed jersey, a real one, authentic jersey, a bat and a ball. Okay. What's he going to say? You know what? I'll do the ball and the bat, not doing the jersey. No, you know what? I want the jersey too. All right, you know what? Keep the ball. I don't want it. Seriously.
I'd rather the meet and greet. The dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike. The longest tenured active pitchers, and Homer Bailey is number 3 on that list. Felix Hernandez just celebrated a birthday a couple days ago. Came up as a 19-year-old. 2-1.
I remember going to the backfields on days I was off in spring training. Going, you know, they have a quad like they have here at minor league fields. Just going to get, I mean, on a given day you can go get 10, 12 at bats. And I remember one day King Felix was pitching at probably only 17 at the time, and everyone was like, "Hey, watch out for this kid." And boy, he was lighting it up at that age. Obviously, what he's done in the big leagues is remarkable.
Crawford on deck. Two balls, 2 strikes to Alfaro. This is the 60th pitch of the night for Homer Bailey. Bouncer over to third. Blandino waits back on it, and his throw is wide. Alfaro is safe at first. Jerry Meals just signaled with a wave that the throw pulled him off the bag, which usually is an indication that a good throw would have had him, and it would be an E5.
I think Alfaro's speed kind of snuck up on Blandino. Jorge does he busts it every time.
So E5 for Alex Blandino.
Let's go, JP.
And now JP Crawford, flight out to left. So Mike Piccone has officially ruled that an E5. I think Mike would have called it an E5 anyway. Not we haven't talked to him, but when Jerry Meals waved, that usually gives the score a little insight. JP pops it up, shallow right center. Scooter Gennett. And Homer Bailey still has not allowed a hit through the first 5 innings of tonight's game. We go to the 6th. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Top of the 6th inning. The Reds are on top 1-0. Yeah, that's part of the storyline. The other part of the storyline is that Homer Bailey is not allowed a hit through his first 5 innings. Joey Votto is playing in his 201st consecutive game. He is among the active leaders as we take a look at our Nissan upgrade to the technology of tomorrow today. Alcides Escobar, #1 on that list.
Give the kid a foul ball once, Joey.
Freddie Galvis is on that list as well. Freddie's off to a nice start.
To a great start.
Votto is 0 for 2. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. The young man the Phillies got for Freddie Galvis. De Los Santos pitching in AAA, went 5 innings tonight and had 7 strikeouts. That kid is going to be good.
Yes, he is. He really impressed me in spring training.
One quick out as Votto's retired. And here's Scooter Gennett.
Nice hitting, Joey.
Scooter Gennett lined out to left and singled. Cesar as Carlos Santana let that one go by. 2 outs. We mentioned that last week, where sometimes the first baseman will venture too far, and it's hard to have the presence of mind all the time, but sometimes you have to just let the second baseman take it and get to the bag.
It's all just a matter of, you know, getting to know your teammates and getting acclimated on that side of the diamond together. It almost becomes like a sixth sense, knowing where your teammate's going to be and what balls he can get to and what balls you can't get to.
One is fouled. It's a really good reference, really good Philadelphia reference, Ben, to M. Night Shyamalan, Sixth Sense.
What a movie.
Fastball swung on and missed, and Nola with a 1-2-3 sixth inning. 6 strikeouts for Aaron Nola. We go to the bottom of the 6th. He is scheduled to lead off when we get back. Refreshing finish, and we take a peek at what Homer Bailey has done so far. He is not allowed a hit through the first 5 innings of tonight's game.
He's had good use of the fastball, and the splitter has been excellent for him, keeping hitters off balance, mixing a couple sliders as well, but able to get Cesar a couple times. There's the slider to Rhys Hoskins, check swing on the full count, but he has been on point.
Well, he will face Aaron Nola to lead things off here in the home 6th. And the first pitch is whacked foul off to the right. Nola had a sac bunt his only time up. Outside, 1-1. Cesar on deck. Two and two. Not a great effort, Murph. Two balls and two strikes to Nola. Inside three and two.
Get to that last swing. The
dribbler, Aaron.
The dribbler down the. You see Aaron still shaking out his right hand there. I don't think that one felt too good, that previous foul ball.
And a strike three called. I think Aaron thought that one was a little high. 5 strikeouts for Bailey. Cesar Hernandez is coming up. Well, Murph, Cesar not having the same kind of night that he had on the first 4 games of this homestands.
No, not as yet, but you know, it was interesting to listen to Gabe Kapler talk before the game. He was talking about his young players, talking about the progression of young players in general in baseball, and saying, you know, the young players on this team, you would imagine by the end of this season are going to be better players than they are today. And, you know, if you need an example of that, you don't have to look any further than a guy like Cesar Hernandez. You remember back when he came up in 2013, he played about 1/4 of the season that year, and you take a look at the numbers as he's gone through. Early on in his career, I think it's fair to say he was an incomplete player. But nowadays, you look at on-base percentage, you look at his OPS, he has built himself into a complete offensive player. And that, I talked to him about that today, and he said, you know, first and foremost, the game slows down for you. He said, you know, back when he first got up in 2013, things were happening very quickly, as they do for most players when they get to the big leagues. And he said, and also you looked around that clubhouse, and there was guys like Jimmy Rollins in the clubhouse and Chase Utley, you know, big names, established names. And as a young player, well, you're trying to feel your way. And he said, you know, now 6 years into his big league career, he feels very comfortable, at the plate. He allows the ball to get deep. He can see the ball early after it leaves the pitcher's hand, and he can make good decisions. And he said, all in all, the game has just really slowed down for him, and we've seen a much more complete player.
And I think the good thing, part of it, is that it's hard sometimes to have patience with a player, but the Phillies have had patience with Cesar, and he's rewarding them with that.
There's just never any panic. We talk about Rhys Hoskins, no panic.
Well, there's the first base hit of the night for the Phils. Cesar Hernandez, a single into right field.
How about getting into a good hitter's count? That's what Cesar does.
Well, he's hit now at 7 straight.
He tried to rush that ball inside again. Cesar points to the dugout, says, not tonight. Watch the point here. Let's swing. Says, nope, no hitter tonight. Now still second.
Quick toss over, and he's back easily. Carlos Santana is 0 for 2. No strikes. Bailey in his first game against the Nationals went 6 innings. It's Carlos Santana. The bat stuck to his jersey. That's a lot of pine tar.
That's a lot of pine tar.
Well, Bailey at 75 pitches is well under his first outing. That was against the Nationals when he threw 104 pitches. So even though he's allowed his first hit, he's probably going to linger a little bit here. His fastball velocity has been 92, 93. It used to be mid to high 90s.
Yeah.
When he threw his first 2 no-hitters, or when he threw his 2 no-hitters, he was, mid to high 90s.
Wise decision by Jose Flores right there, not to barehand that one. I had a long talk with Jose today during that first round of batting practice. He said it's going to be fun to watch Carlos here. He said the way he can set up pitchers, he said the second time through, he said he's really going to get them. And it's true. I mean, you have a veteran hitter like that knows his strengths, knows the strike zone. Obviously can do it from both sides of the plate. The pitchers fall into a pattern. They think, well, this is how I got him out before. Not going to be the same with Carlos.
In the dirt, 3-2.
Is that curveball? It's got to be off here. It's got to be running.
You would hope. Nope. 2 outs. Phillies baseball is brought to you by your local Chevrolet dealers. By Jefferson Health. Call 1-800-JEFF now or visit jeffersonhealth.org. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I can't believe Odubel doesn't have a home run yet.
We'll give you props if he hits one here. There he goes. Pitch is high. Throw to second is way high and into center field. Billy Hamilton was able to get in quickly, and you really don't want to run on him when he's that shallow.
No. Saw what he did on the Rhys Hoskins tagged up last night. What a jump. Barnhart gets to his feet quickly, but not a chance to get Cesar.
Odubel took one right down the chute. Mac Jenkins going out. Interesting time for a mound visit, huh? 2-1, 2 outs. Must have saw something.
He really hasn't been in the stretch a whole lot tonight, so maybe it's something that he's seeing. He's not getting his arm back in time. Kind of flying open, which can happen out of the stretch.
Groups of 25 or more are welcome to come out to Citizens Bank Park. You receive a discount on tickets, and you also get your group's name in lights before and during the game. Fundraising opportunities are available for groups of 25 or more. For more information or to order your tickets, visit Phillies.com/group tickets or call 215-463-5000. Jared Hughes, who pitched in last night's game, warming up. 2 balls and 1 strike to Odubel. Inside 3-1. Rhys Hoskins is on deck. Can't imagine you're going to try to work around Odubel at all to face Rhys.
No.
Sometimes when a pitching coach goes out, they do talk about those things, but I don't think that was the conversation in this case. In the air to right center field. That one's not going to be caught, and it's off the base of the scoreboard. A run is in, and we're tied up at 1. Odubel Herrera with an RBI double.
But again, getting yourself into a good hitter's count, knowing that protection is behind you in Rhys Hoskins, getting the pitch that you want and putting a good swing on it. With that sinker, it's down, but it's middle. Good extension through the baseball, right off the base of the right center field wall.
El Torito.
That's Spanish for the Torito. Little ball.
Hoskins pops it up off the first base line and back into the seats. Oh, and 2.
He's upset with himself. He missed that one.
Gotta get some victory royales tonight, Williams. You know it.
This might be the most straight up alignment I've seen on any hitter all season.
In particular against Rhys.
Yeah.
I think it's the right alignment too, because he does pull the ball, but he can go to all fields.
You're not gonna. I mean, that's as straight up as you're gonna find.
One ball and 2 strikes to Hoskins. Bouncing ball foul.
When I say straight up, I mean, what does straight up left field or straight up right field mean? Well, the left fielder is going to be in straight line, right, with the first and second base bag, and then the right fielder is going to be in line with the second and third base bag. That's pretty much as straight as you're going to find, or straight up as you're going to find.
You see the direction of his outfield hits. One ball and 2 strikes. 2-2. Nick Williams on deck. He's grounded out twice. Inside, 3-2. Jerry Meal says no swing this time. He held up. The pitch was a lot closer than I thought.
It was.
A good pitch there.
Thinking he might go with that 3-2 slider like he got Reese with the check swing. His last at bat. Tries to get that running two-seamer in on the hands. Left that one out over the plate.
Homer Bailey, who had a no-hitter until this inning. And now Rhys Hoskins is trying to give the Phils the lead. Swing and a miss. 91-mile-an-hour fastball, and the Phils leave the tying run in scoring position, or excuse me, the go-ahead run in scoring position. But they did get the tying run across the plate thanks to Odubel Herrera's RBI double. On to the 7th in a 1-1 game. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda dealers game summary. The Phils tied up the game in the bottom of the 6th on Odubel's RBI double. Aaron Nola's allowed 3 hits over 6 innings of work. Homer Bailey had a no-hitter through 5+. He allowed 2 hits in the 6th inning, 7 strikeouts. And now Nola will go to work against Tucker Barnhart. First pitch curveball in there, 0-1. In between innings, Homer Bailey was told that he was done, and he was not happy. Not pleased at all.
Can't blame him.
Ball popped up foul. It's 0-2.
You only get to play every 5th day, Tom.
It is true, and that was the toughest inning he had. He threw 30 pitches. dirt. 1-2. Curveball. Barnhart got a piece of it. Hobie Milner is loosening up in the pen. Maybe loosening up for one of the pinch hitters, because the pitcher's spot is due up third.
They don't have any lefties on their bench. Pennington is a switch hitter.
That little guy. Opposite way. Rhys Hoskins started in and will make the catch. That's 5 in a row retired by Aaron Nola. Time now for the Ram Truck Stump the Fans trivia quiz answer. All right, Ben, who is the only player in MLB history to produce 4 grand slams and a 4 home run game in the same season?
Well, I know this. I'm assuming it's going to be a red. I know one man on the field tonight did that last season, Scooter Gennett. I'm not so sure about the grand slams. However, I'm still going to go with Scooter Gennett.
Scooter Gennett is correct. A little spinner over to first. Santana has it. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. 3 out assisted. It was last year, Ben.
Yes, it was.
When your brother was in his home, comfortably watching the Reds games.
April 10th, and you couldn't leave well enough alone, could you?
I have not mentioned little Joe. Little Joe. Jared Hughes warming up. Here is Phil Gosselin, who, when he retires, will mix him into the conversations. Not until he retires, though.
Quite a few Malvern alum on hand tonight. I believe a couple tickets to see Phil play.
You left them?
I did.
Why didn't Phil leave?
I'm sure Phil has enough family. He has to leave tickets for it.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Curveball in the air to center field. And Aaron Nola, 1-2-3, 7th inning. Boy, he has been really good here tonight. He's retired 7 straight. Bailey's night is done. He goes 6. Nola goes 7. Time to stretch. Playoff hockey. The Stanley Cup playoffs begin tomorrow. Flyers are going to be renewing their rivalry with the Pittsburgh Penguins. The 7th playoff meeting, the first since 2012 when the Flyers upset the Pens in 6 games. The players were getting into the mix. Rhys Hoskins, Scott Kingery, Odubel Herrera, J.P. Crawford, Aaron Altair. They're all wearing their Flyers caps today, getting some photos taken. Now the Pens swept the 4-game season series against the Flyers, winning both games in Pittsburgh in overtime. Jim Jackson was laying down all the notes for me today.
#1 power play in the league. Do the Pens have?
Here is Jared Hughes. And Nick Williams fouls the first pitch. It's 0-1. Two and 1.
Always easier said than done to make sure a sinker baller like Hughes elevates the baseball. Just because it starts off in the strike zone doesn't mean it's going to end up there.
3 balls and 1 strike. Kapler, Rob Thompson chatting behind Rick Kranitz. Morano is starting to loosen the bullpen for the Phillies. Opposite way for Nick Williams. On the run is Duvall, and he can't get it. He plays it on a hop and then skates a few strides before Williams slides in safely with a leadoff double.
Oh, yeah. Good play by Duvall.
Yeah. If he didn't make it and it kicked around, I don't think Williams would have gotten to third, but he would have put a little pressure on him.
So I thought he was going to dive here, and he looked like he wanted to lay out, but that would not have been a good decision. But he barehands it, makes a pretty decent throw back towards second base, but no chance to get Nick.
All right, here's Kingery. You let him swing here, or are you going to bunt him over?
I'd let him swing. He's already in scoring position. We know Nick can run. I'm not going to give up an out here in 7th. Especially with a good sinker baller on the mound.
Homer Bailey lost his no-hitter here, but Aaron Sanchez for the Blue Jays is riding a no-hitter through 7 innings. He's about to begin the bottom of the 8th inning against the Orioles. No balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss, and 1 out. And they'll bring Jorge Alfaro up. Actually, he's going to be called back for Andrew Knapp. So they decide to bring the lefty up to face Jared Hughes, the switch hitter, who's going to bat left-handed, I should say. So Andrew will pinch hit for Alfaro. So he's got the leadoff double from Nick Williams. He's still at second, one man down. Peraza was just sitting on the second base bag. You had to figure they were going to throw because Hughes wasn't going to throw to the plate if Peraza was that far off the bag. Bouncing ball right side. Williams goes to third, 2 outs. And J.P. Crawford is going to hit here. Well, Tim Beckham just doubled to break up the no-hitter for Aaron Sanchez. No perfection tonight. Crawford is 0 for 2, 1 for his last 25. And he is due. The Dirt Knights play by Barnhart.
Not a whole lot you can do. You can't block fastballs. All you can do is try and scoop it, pick it. That's what Barnhart does.
And a line drive, base hit it to right field. Nick Williams will score. J.P. Crawford with a fist pump, and the Phillies take the lead 2-1.
Happy for that man right there.
Boy, that has got to feel good.
Wow.
He's worked hard these last couple of days, these last couple of weeks to try to get his swing down.
And that's huge. Getting down in the count 0-2. You mentioned Tom, 1 for his last 25. Good swing there. It's a bullet to right field. Good guy's up 2-1.
His buddy Nick Williams loved it. And now Nola. 2 balls, 1 strike to Aaron Nola. I think it's a good sign too that Nola's hitting here despite the bullpen action. You can assume that he's going back out. Now he may not, because there's 2 guys warming up and they've been heating up.
I don't know if Aaron has any intention to swing.
That was a pretty close pitch. That looked a little low. And a strike 3 call. Down on the curveball. The Phillies do get the base hit to take the lead. The RBI single by that man right there, J.P. Crawford. We'll go to the 8th. It's 2-1 Phils. Your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer. Visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And buy WB Mason. Who bought WB Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. Aaron Nola warming up. Chris Young and Gabe Kapler chatting in the dugout. They do have bullpen action behind Nola. Murado's been throwing. Milner's been throwing. Nola's 7 innings, 6 strikeouts so far. He's retired 7 straight. He has thrown 88 pitches, and now Billy Hamilton, who's really been the only thorn in his side, will lead it off. He's walked him twice, and Hamilton has scored a run.
If there's anybody that he needs to get out right now, it's Billy Hamilton.
First pitch. It's the same spot they've been trying to work. He finally got it as a strike.
Because let's face it, if he gets on first base, he will be on second.
Curveball. Oh man, don't give up on it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hamilton has walked twice against Nola. Nola's ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes. Try to back foot that curve.
Yep. He's been predominantly away the entire game, and I think if you get him looking out there, he reads fastball, swings over the top. Just able to get a piece of that one.
Back toward the middle, knocked down by Nola. 1 out and 1 big out. 8 in a row. Jesse Winker will step up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph?
All right, thanks a lot, Tom. It's time for This Date in Phillies History, presented by Geico. April 10th, 1971, Phillies win the first game played at Veterans Stadium, 4-1 over those Montreal Expos. Jim Bunning was the winner in that game. Larry Bowa, of course, we know, got the first hit as well. The Phillies played at the Vet through the 2003 season until they opened up this beautiful ballpark in 2004.
Larry Bowa, first hit. You didn't think he was going to get the first hit? I mean, you were crazy if you didn't think he was going to get the first hit in the new ballpark. Curve ball, and it's 0-1 to Winker. 11 ground ball outs for Aaron Nola. Inside, 1-1.
Obviously, we're spoiled with Citizens Bank Park. I mean, this place is just absolutely beautiful. But you know, as a kid, you go to a ball game, you sit in the stands at the Vet, and you're thinking, "Man, this place is awesome." And it was. It had its, you know, it was the Vet. It was, you know, it was the park you went to growing up.
You didn't even finish the statement. It had
It's had
you could have said charm,
character.
Yeah.
But you know,
sticky floors.
That was the spectrum. But you go to watch a ball game, you're thinking, this is everything I want to do. This is where
I was a kid. I liked going to the Vet. I thought it was cool. 1-2 pitch. Change up low, 2-2.
But you didn't know any better. Then you come here and it's like, whoa.
Yeah, this is a special place. Special play. Oldest ballpark in the National League East. And I mean, to me, it's still the best. A high pop-up off the right field line. Cesar is there. 2 outs.
Finish it off here, Aaron.
Breaking ball, and it's 0-1. Is 1 for 3 tonight. Tapper 1-2.
Change up.
Every time a Phillies pitcher retires the opposition 1-2-3, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet coverage according to speedtest.net. And the 1-2 pitch. Fights it off foul.
Aaron reaching back for a little more. 93 on that one. You smell blood in the water.
Fastball in the air to shallow right center field. Here comes Nick Williams, makes the call, and the catch, and the inning is over. 8 excellent innings by Aaron Nola, who's retired the last 10 hitters that he's faced. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th with the Phillies on top 2-1. The play of the game.
Way back. The 6-5-3 inning-ending double play here in the top of the first. Crawford to Kingery. On to Carlos, a nice pick at first base. That is your Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Aaron Nola's done after 8 innings, we're assuming, just because he's getting congratulations from everyone. 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. Boy, he is fun to watch. He really is. Outside.
You kind of just have to expect it out of him now every 5th day.
Yes.
Yes?
I do expect it every 5th day. You know, and watching the game in New York, I was surprised that he scuffled in the first inning. He threw 27 pitches in that game. And I was surprised that he struggled with command, because I just always expect like what we've seen tonight. And I know you don't always get that, but you get some semblance of that.
I mean, what he threw out there tonight was nothing short of spectacular. He was just all 3 working again. The curveball was just like you could drop it in there at any point.
3 balls and 1 strike. Rainey, who was just added to the roster today for the Reds. It's 3 balls and 1 strike.
You saw Barnhart throw out the first pitch.
Yeah.
The first pitch of his career. Even though it was a ball.
3-2, 97.
Big arm.
Yeah, Tanner Rainey was added because Giovanni Gallardo was designated for assignment. So we saw the major league debut tonight for Blandino, and now we see it again for Rainey. 3-2 is hit out towards second. Scooter Gennett is up with it. Dug out by Votto, who did keep his foot on the bag. Well, a reminder that tomorrow night we will be on PHL 17. Sixers and Flyers are both in action tomorrow night. So all 3 games can also be streamed on the NBC Sports app. Bernie's going to be reminiscent of his days at PHL 17. Feel the burn, Bernie. Feel the burn. Santana is the hitter. On the outside corner, 0-1.
Going old school tomorrow night.
Old school, maybe. Outside. I think I have some of the old PHL 17 golf shirts.
Do you really?
I think I might. If I have 3, I'll bring them in. Two and one.
Now the real question, did you have Prism?
Oh yeah, I mean,
we were channel 22 for Prism for the ball games.
I can't remember what we were. 48. That was a regular channel.
We were definitely 22. Amazing how you remember things. I guess because you watch it every night, you knew exactly what channel to go to.
So somebody wearing an old Prism T-shirt the other day.
Really?
Yeah, it was neat. Three balls, 1 strike, and that's pulled foul. 3-2. That young lady. I bet she had a hot dog, some cotton candy. She looks like she got an autograph, and now she's got a baseball. I think she went down to say thank you. 3-2 is way outside and back to the screen. Ball 4. So Santana's aboard with 1 out. And Odubel Herrera is coming up.
Yeah, that one got away.
Toward right center field once again, and that's going to split the gap as Hamilton picks it on one hop, and Santana will hold up at third. It's another double for Odubel Herrera. That was an unbelievable stop by Billy Hamilton.
Does that ball not get by him? It definitely would have scored Santana, but you never know if that ball caroms in a certain direction. Maybe Odubel gets inside the Parker for his first homer of the year. This ball's scorched, but
wow, that is a great play. All right, we get some big runs out there in scoring position right now for Rhys Hoskins. Hamilton just saved at least one. Field is in. One ball, no strikes. How careful are they going to be right here with Rhys?
Well,
you have one out.
You don't want to be too careful because you have a rookie in his first appearance.
You think if bases loaded, forcing bases loaded would make him tighter?
If you have no place to put him, maybe he starts to squeeze it a little more.
Well, he's got good stuff, though. 98 miles an hour. The velocity equals good stuff. I mean, he's got some giddy up. Outside, 2-1. I do believe the home plate umpire flinched a bit.
Doubled up.
Now bullpen action. Zach Weiss is starting to warm up. Hoskins is down looking. That was a pretty good curveball right there.
Tripled up on him. Good pitch. Don't complain out of Rhys.
Yeah, they're going to walk Nick Williams intentionally. And that'll bring Kingery up. Take a look at this play again. Billy Hamilton, thanks to StatCast, he traveled 75 feet.
Let's go, Scotty!
Look at his sprint speed. 29 feet per second. That's crazy. It'd be a heck of an automobile. Kingery takes a strike, 0-1. See who the base runners are.
Yeah, I was there once. Now if they're still my age, they're like.
In the air to left field. Way back there. Duvall looks. Grand slam. Scott Kingery. And the Phillies have busted it open. It's 6-2. to 1.
You're going to walk Nick Williams in front of me? Okay. I'm taking that personally. You don't think Scott Kingery went to school on Rhys Hoskins at bat? Oh, I believe he did. Wow.
Got a chance to see the celebration with the new lights here at Citizens Bank Park, and this is a pretty swing.
There's that slider he goes back to again. He threw 3 in a row to Rhys. And then goes after Scott with the 0-1 count. Scott Kingery makes him pay.
He has homered at back-to-back nights. 6-1 Phil's Andrew Knapp, the hitter. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Ball and 1 strike. Knapp went around. Well, that is a clutch base hit by Kingery. Because of the play by Hamilton, the Phils have gone from a narrow lead to a much more comfortable lead as we prepare for the top of the 9th inning. 2-1.
Tom, I have a lot of boxes to fill in right now.
Yes, you do. John Maley sent out a nice tweet after last night's game about Scott Kingery's first major league home run. Probably like that even more. Knapp fouls it away 2-2.
When you look at that swing, I mean, I wouldn't say he was completely out in front, but able to keep your hands back. He kind of one-armed that one out of here.
Well, that man is certainly embracing the additional run support.
Look at all that emotion.
2-2 is swung on and missed. That's good emotion, though.
It sure is.
Well, he's up on his feet, swatting Kingery in the back. Scott Kingery's grand slam has made this a 5-run game. Aaron Nola's night is done. He'll give way to the bullpen. Home run number 2, and it's not going to be the last for Scott Kingery in his big league career. A grand slam to give the Phils a 6-1 lead as we go to the top of the 9th. Following the ballgame, Rob Ellis and Ricky Vitalico are standing by. They're going to get a chance to talk about Scott Kingery's grand slam. We'll also talk about the effort by Aaron Nola tonight. Highlights and analysis, player interviews. Only on Cure Auto Insurance presents Phillies postgame live. Here's Kingery again. StatCast tells us that the exit velocity was 103.1. He got a nice round of applause as he ran out of the dugout. Here's Votto against Hobie Milner. Aaron Nola tonight went 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. Milner's numbers in 5 games. Fly ball left field. Hoskins had him play perfectly, and now he has to come in. 1 out here in the 9th inning. It's 11 in a row retired by Nola and now Hobie Milner. And Scooter Gennett is 1 for 3. Part of the success of Nola tonight, all the ground ball outs that he had.
Yes.
He had 11 ground ball outs. 1-0.
Times we hear Gabe Kapler talking about grinding out at bats. And they're getting no hit in the 6th inning.
Scooter!
Have the potential to go on and win a ball game 6-1. You know what you do in the beginning of the game might have a direct result. What you do and how you finish the ball game.
Just missed. 3-1. Phillies will wrap up this series tomorrow. Nick Pivetta will get the baseball. Nick was up here in our stomping grounds before the ball game.
He was.
3-2. He did the pregame show on the radio. It was up here in the booth. Joey Votto tonight is 0 for 4 and a strike 3 called. Scooter Gennett down looking 2 outs. He does not agree. DJ Willihands. Yeah, right on the line.
That crossfire is tough for a lefty. I know we're going to talk about the Grand Slam and Aaron Nola's pitching performance as well. We should. Let's not lose track of the 2-out RBI single by J.P. Crawford. Nick Williams on third base to put the good guys up 2-1.
It broke it 0 for 18 for J.P. and a 1 for, what do we say, 25?
1 for 25 at the time. Huge knock for J.P. and for the ball club.
1 ball and 1 strike to Adam Duvall. 2-1. Two and 2. Did you have a good time tonight? Yeah, I had a very good time. Let's come back again. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Duvall. Just a bit outside. 3-2. And a strike 3 call, a fastball the inside part of the plate, and the ball game is over. The Phils have taken their first 2 games of the series against the Cincinnati Reds. They have won back-to-back series as they win it today by a final score of 6-1.
Great performance by everybody tonight. Aaron Nola, 8 innings pitch, gave a lot of relief to that bullpen. Hobie Milner coming in and shutting it down. A huge knock by J.P. Crawford, obviously the grand slam by Scott Kingery, but what a great team effort.
Hey, not for nothing, but I don't know what Adam Duvall, where he thought that pitch was.
I'm with you.
It looked like it was right down the middle of the plate. Well, J.P. Crawford starts us off with our W.B. Mason deliveries of the game.
He gets down 0-2 in the count, gets that sinker from Jared Hughes, rifles it into right field to score the go-ahead and winning run. In the 8th inning, 2 outs. They walk Nick Williams to get to Scott Kingery. Scott Kingery waits on that hanging breaking ball, hits it out to left field. Grand slam number 1, and he is down on the field with our Greg Murphy. Murph?
All right, thank you very much. Well, you and I sat down yesterday and we talked about milestones, and you hadn't reached one as of yesterday. Then you got your home run yesterday. You get the grand slam today. Take us through that at bat, because obviously such an important part of the game to give the team a little bit of a cushion.
Yeah, with the bases loaded right there, my thought is he's going to have to go in the zone with something, because he doesn't want to walk a run home. So for me, I was looking up in the zone and just something that I could put a good swing on.
Ben Davis was up in the booth and he was watching you in the on-deck circle as Reese was up to bat. And then after your grand slam, he said he was convinced that maybe you learned something from that at bat. Is that true as you watch Reese in that at bat?
Watching every at bat, you can learn something from everyone's at bat. And what pitches he likes to throw to right-handers, with the runners in score position, what he likes to throw. So I try to watch every at bat I can and try to pick something up from each at bat.
Obviously you're just getting started here in the big leagues. You get a chance to play behind a guy like Aaron Nola. Getting a chance to play behind him and watching the way he works, just a word on your teammate and what he was able to do tonight.
He dominated tonight. His stuff is unbelievable, and it's a lot of fun, playing against him. He's a ground ball guy, so, being an infielder, we get a lot of action out there. But today, he had it all working. So, I'm just happy he's on our side.
I would agree with that. Scott, congratulations on the grand slams tonight. Congratulations on the win. Guys, let's go back upstairs.
All right, Murph, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Yeah, the infielders getting together because they watched the pitching staff retire the last 13 hitters that they faced, and then they scored some runs to help out. We'll wrap it up when we return.